series. Today you will learn how to write a conclusion paragraph for your literary analysis essay. The first thing you want to do is make sure that you have your essay pulled up in your Google Drive. And the other thing you want to do is make sure that you've got tinyurl.com/ELA-module2 pulled up as well. So once you get to the page, this will be the first slide that you see. You're going to want to scroll down to slide number 9, which has the notes for how to write a conclusion paragraph. So the first thing that you'll notice about conclusion paragraphs is that it's kind of like a triangle, in that you want to take the narrow topic that you've been discussing, which is your thesis statement, and you want to make it larger and more meaningful so that it's more of a broad topic that relates to the world as a whole. So the first thing you're going to want to do is restate your thesis statement in new words. So don't just restate what you've already said. Try to rephrase your thesis statement so that it's different from the first time that you introduced it in your introduction. This will sort of help your essay come full circle and help your reader realize that you are reaching the conclusion of your argument. The next thing you want to do is explain the importance of your thesis statement as it relates to the book. So if, for example, you're discussing the theme of race, you might want to let your readers know that Angela was only able to develop the theme of race by using the different literary elements that you analyzed, such as tone or conflict or figurative language. The last thing you want to do is the most important part of a conclusion paragraph, which is to offer some kind of general conclusion that relates not just to the book, but to the broader world, so that somebody reading your essay has something left to think about even after they're done reading. You might decide to offer a piece of advice, reflect on a lesson that might be learned from the situation, or make some kind of prediction about the world. So now that we've had a minute to look over our conclusion paragraph quick notes, let's go ahead and flip back over to our essay. So as you can see, I have my introductory paragraph, I've got my support paragraph. In your essay, you'll want to make sure that you've got 2 to 3 support paragraphs before you move on to your conclusion. In this example essay, though, I'm going to go ahead and jump right into the conclusion. So the first thing I need to do is make sure that I use some kind of transition before I dive right into what advice I have or lesson there is to be learned. So in order to do that, I'm going to go back here to where it talks about transitions and topic sentences, just to have a reminder that my goal here with my next sentence is to introduce the reader to the point I'm going to prove in this paragraph. Well, my point, of course, centers around my thesis statement and what it actually means. So I might want to include some form of my thesis statement in my first sentence. So this sentence gives my reader another little bit of background and definitely relates to my overall theme of race. The next thing I want to do is begin to reconstruct my thesis statement. So if we go back up here, we'll see that my thesis statement included elements of tone, conflict, and figurative language. So the next thing I'm going to do is connect that to my overall theme of race. So if we look at my conclusion paragraph so far, you'll see that it's basically the exact same thing as my thesis statement up here. It's just written out in a more detailed kind of way, and it's stretched over 2 sentences so that I can really explain what I want my readers to understand about my thesis statement. The next thing I need to do is explain the importance of my thesis statement as it relates to the book. That means that I need to offer my readers a reason why it's important that Maya uses these elements of voice, and why it's important that the theme of the book is race. So in this sentence, I've pretty much shouted out Maya for creating a book that demonstrates an exemplary usage of the English language. And I've also touched on the fact that the book is important because it serves as an important message of the past. It's important for people to remember what happened in the past so that they don't make the same mistakes in the future. So on that note, it's time for me to offer some kind of general conclusion that relates to the broader world outside of the book. So if I look at my options here, I think that the best thing for me to do might be to touch on a lesson that could be learned from Maya's experiences, since I just said that the book offers readers a glimpse into the past. So I'm going to elaborate on that a little bit and relate it to the broader world. So I'm sort of steering my conclusion in the direction of helping my readers understand that by developing this theme of race, Maya wants humanity to learn the importance of love and acceptance. So my conclusion is almost over. I just want to finish off with one really strong sentence that hopefully is going to last in my readers' brains for a little while. So this last sentence sort of relates my essay to some really big ideas that relate to everybody in the world. So I hope that this has been a helpful model for you to follow. Good luck writing your own conclusion paragraph. Be sure to use your notes to help you. And let me know if you have any additional questions. Thank you.